So for the past several months, Michael Teitelbaum, right up front here, he and I have had the great privilege of working with the NewsUp team, and you know, as the co-founder of Millennial Media and you know, fellow incubator company, we just got our start right here as well. You know, I've gotten to see a lot of the companies that have you know, that have come through this place, and one of the things that's always seemed to strike me is that the folks that do well always seem to have some common traits, and that's, you know, just an absolute work ethic that's unbelievable and a focus for their product. So avoiding any of the distractions and what have you. So you know, while I think this hard work and passion for what you're doing and what you're building isn't necessarily enough to be successful, not having that certainly is an indicator that you likely will not be successful. I can tell you, Michael and I, we've come to a handful of coaching sessions that are scheduled for an hour, and they've been marathon sessions that have just run into the middle of the night because these guys are so excited about what they're doing that they've really just you know, can't turn it off, and that's a pretty exciting thing. We've gotten emails in the wee hours of the morning. You know, they've done dozens of different concepts or changes and shifts. So you know, they've definitely got that work ethic, and they've definitely got the passion for what they're building in spades, for sure. You know, one of the things that's really impressed me with this team more than most is the way that they've actually been able to take the feedback that we've given and just different data that they're collecting as they're going through this process and really pivoting and changing. And so good information, bad information, they've been able to accept that and really change the product and alter the way that their business is flowing as a result of it. And so it's a really, you know, it's really just looking at the way they're operating and how quickly they're pivoting and that sort of thing. You know, it's just really inspirational. And I think it's, you know, it's sort of has me thinking back to the very early days of Millennial when we were right across the hall here. So just a really exciting time for them and a great product. You know, this team's had prior experience building these consumer-oriented products and amassing an audience with a fairly impressive user base. And today you're going to hear about how they're taking that experience and they're leveraging it to start this new business that fundamentally disrupts the business of how consumers consume the news. And while just that alone is certainly interesting, and they've got you know, a lot of really interesting things that you're going to see tonight, what they've actually built behind the scenes is a platform that is actually built for incentivized learning. And that, I think, spans so many different channels. And it's just just an amazing, multifaceted, early stage investment opportunity that just seems really exciting. So tonight, I'm honored to be able to introduce you to Andrew Schuster, who's NewsUp's co-founder and their chief executive officer. Andrew.
Chris, thank you so much for that intro. And I just want to really briefly thank the ETC staff and the ABLE Foundation for this incredible opportunity. It's just truly been a privilege to work with all of these companies and obviously have access to these mentors. Just really excited to be here tonight, so thank you all for being here. As Chris mentioned, my name is Andrew Schuster. I'm the co-founder and CEO of NewsUp, the game for reading the news. So as most of us probably know, there's a lot of news out there. So much that it's nearly impossible to comprehend everything we read on a daily basis. Quick fix headlines, social media, and mobile devices feed us more information than ever before in human history. And as amazing that is, we live in the era of fast food news, where content and its substance have become disposable. This monumental problem, sorry, get back to the last slide. Thanks. This monumental problem affects all of us, particularly young adults. There you go. So our team asked ourselves, how do we make reading news fun? We believe we found the key. We'll go just switch to the next slide. Thank you. NewsUp is a game for reading news that matters to you. NewsUp rewards users for reading personalized news, answering trivia, and sharing with friends. It's the newspaper reinvented. So let me show you how it works. And Coleman, our VP of Marketing, is gracious enough to be my slide controller today. So basically, you open up NewsUp. We developed an HTML5 application. It's accessible across all devices. So we're showing you the desktop version here. Okay, so we're gonna log in as Folia. Thank you, Folia. So you log in with your social network of choice, whether it be Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn. For all purposes today, we're going to use Facebook rather. So starting your social data, we instantly populate a newsfeed centered around your personal interests. So if you click on an article that looks relevant to you and you read through it, points automatically go to your NewsUp account. So after you read the news, you can actually go take trivia and see how much you've comprehended about that news. So for this part, I'm actually going to need a few volunteers for the crowd and see how smart you guys actually are. And there's a lot of very intelligent people in here, but I want to kind of test the knowledge out of it. Do I have any volunteers that want to answer a question? Somebody? Nobody?
Oh, come on.
All right, Deb, first and foremost. All right, who's the mayor of Baltimore? Is it A, Sheila Dixon, B, Stephanie Rawlings-Blake, or C, Neil Davis?
Neil Davis.
Well, around these circles, we all know it's Neil Davis. It's actually Stephanie Rawlings-Blake. Number 2, what's the capital of Iran? Is it Tehran, Hishan, or Jask? Any volunteers? What's that? That is correct. And lastly, kind of playing on some really relevant news from last week, who is Yahoo's new CEO? I'm actually going to call him Paul Singh for that one. Is it Jerry Yang, Sheryl Sandberg, or Marissa Mayer? Who is the new CEO of Yahoo? Marissa. Okay, that is correct. Good, you'll see. But wait, there's more. Okay, so you submit, you automatically get points. If you get them wrong, obviously you're not going to get those, but for the right answers, you get points. You can actually go to the leaderboard to see how smart you really are, see how you're doing against the rest of the NewsUp community. I've been demoing this a lot, so I'm doing pretty well right now. But the cool thing about this is with all the points you earn, you can actually exchange them for real-life rewards from brands and advertisers. Click on the shopping cart over here, you'll see an example. For all intents and purposes, we're showing off M&S Grill, which is down in the harbor. Great steak and cakes if you guys haven't been there. But for 50 points, you can get a free appetizer with the purchase of an entree. So we're really just kind of incentivizing reading, making sure people are comprehending, and making a highly engaging news experience for the mobile generation. Let's switch back to our slides. Okay, so as I said, what do you do with all these points? And you spend them, of course. So, as I said, we're delivering a highly engaged mobile audience to brands and merchants looking not only to drive new business, but maintain loyalty. We're charging advertisers only based on users that redeem offers. So per redemption, based on our behavioral location-based targeting, we'll be able to actually segment and see what the demand for a certain target is. If it be tech enthusiasts in Baltimore, we'll see what the demand looks like and charge 10, 15, 20 cents to a dollar per redemption. And the reason we do this is to make sure users have an incentive to share and actually redeem and go make a transaction. So it's not just meant for awareness, it's actually meant to drive a transaction to businesses, both national and local. So the mobile offer space, while relatively new, is already valued at $5.5 billion and is projected to be a $40 billion industry by 2016. We believe we have the right mix of technology, targeting, and ad technology to take a significant market share in this space. So as simple as the product is, there's some serious technology behind this. We're utilizing natural language processing to match relevant content to user social, behavioral, and location data all in real time. It's basically an intuitive learning engine that understands what you want, so smart that it knows what you want when you want it. We're entering a space that has a variety of products, but also some notable players, including Flipboard, Pulse, and Flood. Each of our competitors have substantial teams, products, and funding. But there's one key differentiator. They are all newsreaders. NewsUp is a game. We developed a comprehensive strategy to attack the market, leading up to a public beta launch at South by Southwest next March. But we're starting off with a private beta release this fall. We have a strong early user base, and we're predicting fairly rapid growth while being as conservative as possible. And once we raise our round and get this product to a fairly commercialized position, we'll spend our dollars on very highly targeted advertising. We're going after business, gaming, technology enthusiasts, particularly young adults, and really just tapping into their behavioral and psychological motivators to make sure we give them a product not only that we want them to use, but they actually really enjoy and want to use. So right now we built a game for reading the news. We're really excited about that. Just to motivate that behavior is great, but with the technology we've developed, what we've actually developed is a incentive-based learning platform. And just think for a second about what this type of platform could do in our schools or for enterprise job training. We basically incentivize the learning process, and we're incredibly excited about the future opportunities of expanding this into multiple verticals. Our team is a group of experienced individuals. We've ran an online magazine, worked in digital media and interactive design, and I'm currently in digital sales at the Baltimore Sun. We know the space, and we're diligently focused on building the future of news. We're in the process of raising $750,000 for full commercialization. That will require ramping up product and business development as well as initial marketing. We're aiming to close around by September. It's all about action, scale, and revenue. NewsUp is a game for reading the news, a game for the future. Thank you.
Questions? A minute or two of questions. Anybody have a question for Andrew? Yes.
Uh-oh, Andrew, this is Gus.
From colleague to colleague. So what about gaming the game? Like, what protections are there to protect defend against bad actors who want to game the NewsUp system for limitless rewards and sort of milk these advertisers? And what type of back-end security is there?
Sure. Well, I am very far from being a developer, so I can't accurately answer that question for you, but I do know that our team is very focused on security. We're really focused on making sure people fully read the article, that there's no way for them to hack into a backend and just steal points. So security is a focal point for us, but I can't actually answer what the exact technology behind that will be.
One more.
You had mentioned that you guys are developing some natural language processing to understand the content, understand what people are engaging in. And one thing that maybe you are doing, or it wasn't clear to me, is the intention to abstract from what people are reading to offer mobile deals based on what they're reading, as well as sort of using the game concept to reward them for reading it?
So you're asking how we're targeting the mobile offers as well?
Based on what they're reading.
Sure. So, we're given a ton of rich data from the social networks that people are tying into. Just by Twitter and Facebook data, we can learn a tremendous amount about a user. But once they get in our system, we're actually really able to kind of funnel that into their purchase behavior. So because of the redemption process and seeing not only what they're reading, but what deals they're opting into, we're going to be able to really target more effective mobile offers. So just like we're targeting news, we're targeting these mobile offers to make sure that when an ad is given to you, in this case it's a mobile offer, it's still an ad, right? To make sure the ad that you're given is something of value to you that is based around your personal location, really just kind of getting a high-level overview of your personality, and then letting advertisers target those segments. So we're really trying to get rid of these unnecessary, annoying ads that really have no relevance to you. And we think we found the key to make sure we drive transactional revenue for a business, but also give you as a user something that's truly relevant to your personal interests.
Andrew, thank you.
Thank you.